Hello everybody. Happy Saturday. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, happy Sunday. If you're joining us from down under in the Southern Hemisphere, I'm so excited. So today's the last day, day 4, and final interview of the Human Design interview series. And I'm so excited to welcome our last but not least, guest, Lala Angela Wang. And so before she hops on, let me just let her know that I'm here. Before she hops on, I'm going to give you a little bit of her background and read her bio. So let's see, let's actually tag Lala so she knows. Okay, so Lala is in human design. She's a generator with sacral authority, and I think that's her now. And her profile is a 4-6. Hey Lala, before I bring you on, Lala, I'm going to read your bio. Okay, so Lala has been a mentor for countless women throughout her career. As a female working in a male-dominating industry, construction, she understands the pains and struggles that many women are currently going through. She created her mentoring business, The Womanly Way, in February 2020 to fully step into her calling of supporting women to be all that they can be. She helps women go deep into their own belief systems and really work on the old patterns that are holding us back. Welcome, Lala. Hello, beauty. Hello. I'm going to put on my headphones as well. Good morning. Oh my goodness.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining at 7 a.m. That's insane. That's commitment.
That's all right. I promised myself that I will have a nap.
Oh, amazing. Well, this is not the first time you and I have done a live together on the topic of human design / other things, but and we can talk about that towards the end. But I just really appreciate you because I feel like even with our human design reading, like you've embodied it, and I want to hear more about your experience and like the before and after of human design for you. All the things, come on.
Human design and I weren't love at first sight at all. I think a lot of generators suffered the same fate because generators, we like to feel that we're special.
I love it.
And then, like, I have spoken to so many generators and I've got so many generators in my life. And we're like, when I first found out, the person that led me to human design was a manifestor. And I was like, well, I want to be special too. Like, manifestor just sounds so amazing. You want anything and you get anything. And I'm just like the most, because the way that when you read it, it will say, oh yeah, generators are the most common type. I'm just like, well, there's nothing common about me. There's nothing common about me. And then it talked about how we use our sacral. I'm like, no, I just want to do things. What's this thing about respond? I don't respond to people. I just want to do things. So we weren't at love it. It wasn't love at first sight at all. But then when I joined, I think it was really when I joined Melanie and Leia's world and everyone just kept talking about it. And there's that fear of missing out, like so FOMO, just like, well, okay, maybe I should find out a bit more about this thing. And I met you, and then you were like all talking about, I'm like, just, okay, I really need to find out about this now because I feel like I don't know anything. And if you know the kind of person I am, it's all about mastering. And my mission in this lifetime, even with my human design, it's about mastering who I am. And through mastering who I am, I get to emanate and help out the world. So I love learning about who I am. So I was like, okay, let's find out about what this is. And so we did our reading, and I just sitting there going, wow, okay, more people need to know about this. And it was at the same time when I was discovering like my new astrology chart, you know, the 13 sidereal sign. I was like, okay, this is interesting because I am a ranger in Strength Finder, which means I'm very good at collecting information and then regenerate them out into new information that makes sense for other people. It's like collecting recycling material and make them into artwork.
Oh, you do such a fabulous job. Yeah.
Thank you. And really for me, that was the light bulb moment. Was like, okay, if all of my clients can have all this information that I know, and if I can use my talent to sum up for them so it makes their life a lot easier, then they don't have to go and look for other people's strategy thinking if they do it a certain way, because I believe we all have strategies within us, and that's through our human design, through our strength finders, through our astrology, knowing the path and just really stick with it. And I think anything to, for me, it's like, if you know this information, why wouldn't you do it? Like, why wouldn't you do it? And just like, when Michelle talked about, I'm meant to eat at nighttime. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why wouldn't I do it? Why wouldn't I give it a go and see how it impacts my world? Otherwise, it's just information that's not implemented and done. It's just a wasteful of information. So that's my before and after. I don't know whether I actually answered the question or not.
Oh, I love it. Like there are so many things that you talked about, and I do want to actually like commend you for like, oh my God, like you gave voice to a lot of the generators, because I talk to a lot of generators and they're like, oh yeah, human design, right? Like generators are like the most common, right? And
We
they
don't
just
like
like
to
full,
feel
yeah.
common, no.
And it's like, let's just shut the door on that. And I'm like, wait, don't follow the websites. Like honestly, it was probably written by a manifester, because human design came through a manifester. And so it's like, to be a generator, a manifesting generator, like you have your sacral turned on, and that's what actually makes it so amazing. Like like being able to respond with your sacral is such a gift, because you literally magnetize things towards you. So it's like, as a manifester, I can say like it is not easy to always initiate. It is work. And our hi Diane. Oh my
Hey,
goodness, it's
Diane!
Diane again. This is like deja vu.
Diane's a
Um,
projector. I know
right,
now.
Diane's a projector, yes. And it's what was I saying? Yeah, like our energy is intense as manifestors, but generators have that warm aura, very inviting, and it is such a gift. It's like, if I had to do it all over again, I definitely want sacral authority. You know what I mean? Like, give me my sacral authority, man. Like,
I think, but it's really hard for a generator to go, okay, so I'm meant to sit back and wait until,
right.
wait until this thing. But I think for me, it's slightly easier because I'm not an emotional authority where they have to wait until the emotion dies down. Because all of my friends, a lot of my clients are emotional authorities. So I feel that. But for me as a generator, I think a lot of generators kind of feel that with me, is that throughout our life, we've been told to do,
Yeah.
right? And it's like we have that energy, and it's almost like even when I was little, it's like my energy is just everywhere and kind of scattered, but it's like I've got this energy, I need to let it out, but not necessarily through a right way. So when someone says to me, I need to wait for response and feel into my sacral, I'm like, I don't have the time for it. Chop, chop, hurry up.
I
I'm
love it.
learning that now. Like even through the past few months, it's a real learning curve for me. So every time I feel like, even with programs and things, and you've seen me doing this, it's like an idea come, I have to action on it. And then now it's like, okay, idea come, let's get all the things sorted and then just sit on it and wait until the right moment. It's so counterintuitive. And like right now I've got 3 programs sitting on my bum that I'm not doing anything with.
But like, here's the thing, like, the waiting to respond, like it can come fast, right? It doesn't have the signs can come in so many different ways that it's like you're really just looking for the right evidence to go.
But I remember when you say to me during our session, sometimes it takes me a long time. And it's understanding that and really collecting the evidence from the past, and really say to myself, remember last time when you wait, the juicy bit actually came out after a little while? and just really have the patience and really understanding that we don't have to always be go, 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 go. Like that energy
Yeah.
can go somewhere else. And it's like, even like when you said to me, you know, the way for me to expel my energy before I go to bed is to have sex. I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So next time if I have too much energy, I know what to do with it. Because
Oh, I
any
love it.
generator will know. Sleep sometimes is hard for us. Like when the idea just goes like this and the energy just goes, it's like, I need to sleep.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, Diane said, I love my splenic authority. Oh my God. I love people with splenic authorities because it's just all intuition and like boom, boom, boom. Diane, it makes sales interesting. I have to lean back and wait for Lala to respond to my messages.
Di, I don't think you sent a message. I sent a message back to you. Have you responded?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You two are so funny.
Well, I was waiting for my sacral, and Diane's obviously leaning back and waiting for my sacral to respond.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Diana's a projector. You need to wait for the invite. Oh, that's so funny.
This
You
is
two
what
crack me
human
up.
design gets to be fun, hey?
Oh. So just to reiterate, Lala, like I really appreciate how even though you're like, oh, we have a love-hate relationship in the beginning with human design, that you decided to lean in anyways and to learn. Um, well, I should connect you both. Do it now. Just somebody respond.
All right,
Someone needs
Diane,
to
I'll
make a
check our
move. So
messages and
funny.
I'll send you a message after this.
So funny. Um, and well, what was, so now now you've started to incorporate it. So like, how does it feel to now use your sacral as your compass?
It's still a little bit counterintuitive, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But I've been on the spiritual path, and it's just like I believe everything is timing, and I believe human design kind of came in the right timing while I'm exploring more of slowing down. And even though I teach women how to tap into their feminine, right, I'm still tapping into every layer of my feminine. It's like anything. It's my job in this lifetime. If you read all of my aspects, I'm meant to go deep with anything that I know. And I just feel like with human design, I'm only at the surface now. It's like with my womanly way, with, you know, exploring our feminine nature, even though I know a lot as it is, and there's so much I could show the world, I feel like the rabbit hole is my thing, right? The rabbit hole is my thing for me to keep digging and diving and find out more about it. So, yeah, I feel like I'm still, and this is really part of my the way that I am, my human design as well. I never think that I have enough, and I just want to keep digging. So for me, there's still so much more to sort of take a deep dive and learn more about it. So it's still like I spent 31 years of my life being masculine, and to now say to me I have to lean back and wait for my sacral, it is still in a lot of ways counterintuitive. Like even just yeah, it's November now, so in October. 1st of November, I made such a big mess of my business just because I forgot that I have to trust my sacral. I was just like, no, 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 I have to go, 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 go. And I launched 4 courses in October, right? And then halfway through, it was like, oh, hold on a second. This doesn't feel quite right. I can start sensing. So for generators, if we tip the balance and not listen to our sacral, what I have learned is the signs of burnout, the signs of that I'm tired, exhausted, and getting sick of my business. And generally, that's a sign that I've tipped the balance. So I'm still learning.
I love it because that's what, like, really, when with human design, it's really about embodying it and integrating it into your life and like experimenting it. And then it's not like, because we're not taught this, right? So it's almost like you have to
No.
be mindful.
And it's like
And
stripping back the layers, isn't it? For me, it's like
yeah.
we've taken on so many, and even if you ever do a human design reading with Michelle, make sure you do. It's about, so human design is like, that's our fundamentals. But as we're growing up, people add so many other things that we think that we should take on. And it's really about taking all those layers off and return back to your nature state. And for me, there's so many things that I've added on, and I think it's just my life work, really just really stripping back and keep going back to my natural state.
I love that. Diane says balancing masculine and feminine is, well, my masculine says it's challenging, my feminine says it's easy. Ooh, I like that.
That's such a good
Yeah.
sum up, yeah.
Yeah. If I can help even reframe though, like waiting for your sacral, for you, it's less about, it's tapping into what feels good in the moment for you, because your sacral is yes to no. So it's like, does it feel good? Oh, yes. And then you could do it like, then is waiting for the sign that now is go time, you know?
Yeah. It's like, for me, the hardest bit is I came from a background of so much logic. Like even with my day to day, it's logic. It's like, okay, logically it sounds right. And it's really a fight between my sacral and my ego. It's like my ego is like it's trained to take demand and take the lead because that's the world that I am in. But now I can kind of sit back, and it was really interesting. I was sitting in a boardroom meeting the other day, where all our teams and team leaders are there, and it's so interesting being the only woman in the front end of the business that's doing the do's, and watching even the woman in the boardroom fighting for attention, fighting for to have that word, and being able to sit back and just like, I'm loving watching this, because I can see the ego. When you don't take your ego with you and really going in with your intuition, it's so much more fun watching other people's ego come out and just go like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah."
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love like how you're able to sit back and see the big picture. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like
It's so
ego
much
versus
fun. It's
like,
like soap drama.
oh my goodness. Diane says, I just adore you too. Oh, thanks, Diane. I forgot to tag you, Diane, that we were going live. Oops. um, okay. And let's see. So something if people don't know, Lala pimps me out to her clients. So when you work with Lala as a private client or in her mastermind, you automatically get a human design reading with me, and it's included in her packages, which I so appreciate, because I feel like it's actually really smart, because a lot of coaches, it's really cool to be able to know how to work with your that they're designed. And so I appreciate that.
You're so
Yeah, thanks for
welcome.
pimping me out. um, and okay, and then you did mention the eating at night, right? And that was something when I remember during our reading, I was like, I don't know how she's gonna feel about this, how it's gonna land for her, because it's so different than what we're taught. Most of the time, it's like you don't want to eat late at night. Um, but when I told it to you, you're like, oh my God, like I just discovered that for myself. So can you like speak on that?
Um, for me, it was a fluke. Actually, I need to start taking the word fluke out of my word. Everything happens for a reason. Um, so I started looking into intermittent fasting during COVID. It was like, okay, that means, oh, we're going to go to the shop less so I can buy less grocery. And what's the best way to buy less grocery? Okay, intermittent fasting. And what I used to do was I would break my fast in the middle of the day. But then my partner would come home at night and I still have to cook dinner for him. So I was like, okay, that doesn't work, because when I'm cooking, I want to eat too. That breaks the whole thing about intermittent fasting. And so when Michelle said it to me, I was like, oh yeah, I started doing that just because of my living patterns. And, for me to eat during the day actually makes me so sleepy. It's just like, it actually doesn't work for me. So if I eat, let's say at midday and break my fast, I can't function for the rest of the afternoon. But if I eat at
Mm.
nighttime, I'm sleepy anyway. I might as well go to sleep and I still function fine.
Oh my God, I love that. I didn't know that you were feeling sleepy during the day after you ate.
Yeah,
Um,
and the more I sort of tune into after our session, I was like, okay, let's just test it out, right? So I can eat in the morning, fine, as long as
because it's dark.
when it's dark, if I eat too
Yeah.
late in the morning, it makes me sleepy too. So it's like experimenting, and I love experimenting and just seeing how things do. It might be something psychological, I don't know, but I just know it
Yeah.
works. But my favorite bit was when you say to me, I'm a dry kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so before we go there, so Diane just said, and welcome, Jackie, for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, Diane. I was magnetized to your live. Yeah. What is a bit about eating late? So, Diane, it's not related to sacral. Every human design, every person has their own unique way of eating, and you can't tell unless we know your exact time of birth. Um, and that's something I include in my readings, but it's unique to each individual, not according to your human design type. It's more according to you. So
So
for
that's all the
Lala,
extra bits and pieces around the chart that we don't normally dive into,
yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. So all the different arrows, like the different orientation of them, all together combined. This is human design is called your primary health system. So it's like also your more ideal environment, which is what we're going to get into for Lala. Oh my God. So Lala's a kitchen's dry. Do you want to explain that, Lala? I love it.
All right, let me see if I can explain it properly. um, so a dry kitchen is like I will prepare the food and I gather people into the space. And once the things are done, I actually sit back and watch people interact. Is that a
Mm.
right way to sum it up? I think you will sum it up a lot better than I do.
I was just responding to Diane. I actually, that's what it is. So if you're a kitchen's environment, Um, it means like if you think of the kitchen, it's a place of gathering. It's a place of people go together to cook and like it's a community setting, right? So that's what really lights up. That's like the most ideal environment for Lala. It's like seeing people come together and like making food and kind of like breaking bread together. And so that energy of people. And then so because your kitchen's dry, it's like it like you can sit back and observe and it makes you very happy. Like you don't have to be busybody in the kitchen doing stuff. Like you've already said it, you've already invited the people, you've done all the work, and now you get to lean back and just like like that experience really lights you up.
Mm.
And it also it grounds you. And so and then you told me like you used to be a caterer, like you used to have a catering business and you love to cook and it's just like you love to hold retreats. I mean, that's a kitchen's environment. You're gathering people together. And I love being around kitchen people because I love, yes, Stan. Yes, Dan. Oh my God, you need to do a reading with me.
I do it.
Yes. And yeah, so that for you, like I love being around kitchen people because I love being in that environment, but I'm not like that's not me. I don't even like to cook. You know what I mean? But I
No, you
love
eat
being
the
in
same
that
food.
space.
I still remember you eat the same food.
My nutrition intake, my determination is eating the same foods. Like so I've been eating spaghetti for the past, I don't know, since Lala's known me. I'm like, guess what I'm making tonight? Spaghetti, gluten free. Lala's like, I can't even handle that.
No, I get bored.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I can eat necessarily like have my biggest meal at night, but like I love what you just shared about like when you like you need for you your system, it's like it takes in the food and it digests it as you sleep. So you were already what you were saying is already so in alignment with your design around eating at night because well if you eat during the day you're sleepy at night your body actually utilizes your sleep to help digest the food.
And it
It's
digests
so
so
weird.
much better. I know because if I have a big meal before I go to bed, right? I'm so hungry first thing in the morning.
Mm. Yeah, that's so interesting. This is fascinating for me because then I get to like see it through someone else who's living it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know the other thing I haven't told many people. So in my vision, and it's so funny to talk about the dry kitchen is a place of gathering. A lot of people think their living rooms are the place of gathering, right?
Mm.
So in my grandest vision, when I built my retreat house, the biggest space in a whole house, guess what it is?
The
It's my
kitchen.
kitchen, and the way that I see it is a big island bench. So there's not a lot of places in Australia with big island benches, but in America and houses, like the kitchen is like almost like the biggest, grandest space. And for me, that is like the jewel on my crown.
I love that. Yay! Well, I can't wait for borders to open. You have your retreat. I'll come over. Oh, amazing. Well, is there anything else you want to share in terms of shifts and all the things?
I think it's just really like embodying it every single day. Like I've created a little summary A4 sheet with all my human design stuff on it, and I still look at it every day and go, okay, have I dive off track? What do I need to bring back into alignment? And that's really now for me, it's like a way of living.
Mm.
And I think it's like a lot of people think when you embody something, it needs to happen right away. It's actually a lifestyle where you just need to sort of keep sort of
Yeah.
what's that word? Bring yourself back to alignment, because we're all human. We're all going to sort of go off track. There's so many habits that we built. You know, like for me, it's 31 years of habits to actually bring it back in and just continually working on ourselves, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And what did Diane say? My kitchen and living room is one space, and I paint throughout. No cooking, painting. I'm doing it now. Oh, I love it.
Diane, I'll come over and cook for you.
Hello, Wendy.
Wendy's another generator.
um, and I also wanted to add, like when you were saying last month, you launched like 3 to 4 different programs. Was there a lot, like, were you feeling frustrated in any way? Because that's when you're
Oh
in your
yeah,
not
so
self.
frustrated.
Okay. So
That's my
that's a really
sign.
great gauge. Yeah. So when a generator, even a man gen, if you're off course, if you're trying to like force something to happen, your first feeling is frustration. So I was wondering if you felt that.
Yeah,
So
generally it's
that just means
excited
you're off
after.
track. Excited, and they're like,
I need to
God
get
damn
over
it.
the excitement, and then the frustration normally comes and goes, well, how come no one else is excited?
What's going on?
I
Yeah,
know.
totally.
Yeah.
Wendy, such a joy to catch you too. Yay, perfect. I need cheap. What? I need cheap. I shall postulate this now.
I need a
Frustration. I
chef.
know you
Not
so
cheap.
well. Oh, chef. Okay, I was like, you need a what? So funny. Oh my God. Amazing. Well, how can people learn more about you, Lala?
Um, just join me onto my business page on Facebook. So it's Angela Wang dash the Womanly Way. I'm currently doing 30 days of 30 interviews, which Michelle's going to be on next weekend as well. So they're all live interviews talking about amazing women. It's called Range Woman, the variety show. So it's really about bringing all the different amazing women onto the platform and talk about how amazing they are. And really, my mission is to inspire more women to follow their dreams and live their dream life. You know, Jana and I will both talk about living a dream beyond dream life, or dreams beyond dreams. And really, it is possible. And I don't believe that we sort of, you know, there's a saying, and I remember when I first started in the industry, a lot of women are telling me you can't have it all. But I do believe and truly believe that we can all have it all. Maybe not all at the same time, because that would be really overwhelming, but we can truly all have it all. And I really, my biggest thing is I want to inspire corporate women to really
Yes.
incorporate more variety into their life while flowing through the glass ceiling. It's not breaking through. There's nothing to break. It's about flowing through, tapping into our feminine, but also have a more variety. Life with a lot more variety. Like so many corporate women are saying, "Oh no, once you have kids, like this is women, not guys. Oh, once you have, you know, kids, your career's over. There's nothing else." I'm just like, no, and I really want to break that pattern in our world.
I love that. And thank you so much, Lala. I'll put your Facebook business page in the description. And just to kind of read through, Wendy, Jasper, hugging you both through the screen. Yay! Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, I think it's amazing, Lala. 30 interviews in 30 days. That is ambitious. And I love that you're doing it. Yeah, Diane just said, wow. Yes, I can thrive in body, money, and love, balance within corporate. Amazing. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This concludes our interview series for now, for round one. Thanks for joining us at 7 in the morning, Lala. I like kudos to you because you look fabulous at 7 in the morning.
I'm used to it, by the way.
I love it. And all the things. Thank you. And reach out if you have any questions, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.